would like to welcome Mahopadhyay, Professor Korada Subrahmanyam ji. Dr. Subrahmanyam is a retired professor of Sanskritam from the University of Hyderabad. He has over 38 years of teaching experience and is a renowned scholar in Paninian grammar, philosophy of language, and translation. He has guided 20 MPhils and 8 PhDs, and his scholarly works include 4 published books and 50 papers/articles. I have included below the image of one book, one of his multiple books, and a book that I found transformational in my own little journey of trying to understand Bharatiya Drishti, understanding Bharatiya way of looking at our own systems of knowledge. And it's a book I can't recommend enough, which is Theories of Language, Oriental and Occidental. He has also delivered over 40 special lectures, presented 60 papers in national and international conferences, seminars, and conducted a workshop specifically on Vedāṅga-s and Darshanas. Dr. Subrahmanyam has received several accolades, including Pandita Sammanams, awards, and Mahopadhyay and Shastra Bhaskara titles. He has chaired the Intermediate Board Sanskrit Textbook Committee and coordinated various courses of Indian culture for the University Grants Commission. Additionally, he has produced MP3 CDs on Vedāṅga-s and Darshanas and has published 22 articles on ancient Indian wisdom. Dr. Subrahmanyam's achievements highlight his expertise in Sanskritam and his contribution to the field of linguistics. And if I might add to what is now popularly called Indian knowledge systems, amongst the people, I haven't come across anybody who has read as many aspects of Ashtadasha Vidya as Mahopadhyay, Professor Korada Subrahmanyam ji has learned. Thank you so much, Professor, for joining us today. And I request you to provide an overview of Śikṣā.
Thank you very much, Sri Megha Kalyan Sundaram ji, and I'm thankful to INDICA Academy also for giving me a chance to deliberate the things on an overview of Śikṣā. Shri Guru Namaha. See, as is well known, Śikṣā Shastra is the very beginning. The work one has to study in order to learn the pronunciation as well as the swaras and the doshas, gunas of pronunciation, because pronunciation takes an important place in the very Indian knowledge system, so Bharatiya Vijnana Parampara. Because if the pronunciation is wrong, the meaning will change. And even if the swara is wrong, then also the meaning will change. This is explained in Paniniya Śikṣā and Mahabhashyam also. Because due to the wrong swara, the Vajrayudha of Indra, Bomlangan killed Vritrasura, and so on and so forth. Now, first of all, the origin of the Śikṣā Shastra is there in Shikshavalli of Taittiriya Upanishad. Siksham ya akhyāsyāmah vannasvaraha matrāvalam sāmasandhānah ityukta Shikṣādhyāyah. This is the very mantra that is there. That is elaborated by at least 37 people, rishis, including Panini. So here in Veda, the Sanskrit Bhasha, Sanskritam can be put under 2 headings. One is Vaidika Shabda and the other is Laukika Shabda. So, although there is no difference in the meaning of these Shabdas, in the form of some Shabdas between Vaidika and Laukika, there is some difference. Kannehi is in Veda. Kannaihi is in Loka. Similarly, here we come across this usage of Śikṣā in Veda. In Veda only it is Śikṣā. Outside it is Śikṣā only. Now, among all these Śikṣās, Panini's Śikṣā is considered to be the best Śikṣā. Although certain aspects are not mentioned in Panini's Śikṣā, that are there in Naradiya Śikṣā, etc. I will just give an overview of what all it is. first of all, how a Shabda is produced. So when someone, a speaker, wants to employ a Shabda, use a Shabda, maybe Padam, generally Vakyam is the very unit of language. Okay. So there, what is happening? Before the Shabda, I mean, there is some audible sound, acoustic sound, reach the listener. So there, Panini explains, Atma Buddhya Samethyartham Munoyum Te Vivakshaya Manakaya Grimahanti Saprera Yetimarutam Sodin no Murdhinya Vihataha Vaktrama Padyamarutaha Varnanjanayate. This is the generally thing. Atma is Antarangam. See, keep one thing in mind, Antarangam, Manas, Buddhi, Jnanam, all these things are one and only one. Just to separate one thing from the other, we employ these Shabdas. So here, Atma, Antarangam, Than Buddhya Sametya. Artha means things here. Suppose someone wants to speak about a cow. Then the Antarangam will bring the cow, that is the Artha, and it connects with Buddhi. It is already there in the mind. And then it puts on the job of having a desire, that is Vivaksha, whom the Manas. So Antarangam puts Manas on the job of having a desire to speak, or Vaktumicha, Vivaksha. That means now the mind having had one thing in it, in this Buddhi, that is generally it may be a cow, it may be a computer, it may be something else. Even moksha need not necessarily be something that is having some form. Okay, so such thing is there in the mind, and mind got the Vivaksha, Vaktumicha, and then what happens? Atma Buddhya Samethyarthan Mano Yungte Vivakshaya Manah Kaya Agnimahanti. Inside the body, there is one thing called Kayagni or Jataragni, which is nothing but the hunger. So here, the mind will put the Kayagni or Jataragni. Here we are going to see a combination of Agni and Vayu, that is fire and air. Okay, so Manah Kayagni Mahanti, the mind pushes the Kayagni or Jataragni, Saprerayati Maratam. In turn, this Kayagni or Jataragni, okay, will give a push to Marut, that is air. That means the Agni is pushing the air. All these things happen within a fraction of a second, very fast. Okay, Saprerayati Maratam Marutastora Sicharam. Then the air, while moving upwards in the body, Mandranjanayati Swaram, slight, very, very mild swara or sound is produced by the movement of Vayu in the body. Then, Sodirnaha Murdhinya Vihataha, then this Vayu air goes upside down and touches the very what you call Mordha. Mordha is palate. The upper part of the mouth is called Mordha. So the air pushed by the Agni will touch the Mordha. Murdhini Avihataha Vakma Padyamarutaha. Then it returns to the mouth. In the mouth we have speech organs like teeth, etc. So it touches, the air touches this speech organs, and then Varnanjanayate, then Varnas like A, I, U, Ka, Kha, Ga, etc. are produced. So by simple touch of air, okay, with the speech organs, you cannot produce sounds. It may produce some sound, but it is not meaningful. So if at all you want to produce some Varnas, one group of Varnas is Pada, group of Padas is Vakyam, group of some Vakyas is Mahavakyam, like that. So now these sounds are produced. They are given in the alphabet. Generally, for a clear pronunciation, I shall just give the alphabet. A, I, I, U, U, R, R, L, L, A, I, O, O, Aha. Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, Nga, Cha, Cha, Ja, Jha, Ya, Ta, Tha, Ta, Dhana, Atha Dadhana, Papha Babhama, Yaralava, Shashasaha. Here I have given AA. Actually, this is for vernacular languages. Otherwise, in Sanskrit, you have only AA. Venkateshwara is the Sadhu Shabda. One should not say Venkateshwara. But in Indian languages like Telugu, etc., people pronounce A also. So I have given the alphabet that is useful for both. So there we have come to the conclusion that the Shabdotpatti happens like this. That is explained by Panini Maharshi in his what you call Shiksha. And the same thing one will find in Shabar Bhashyam of Mimamsa also, in first Adhyaya. Okay, and also in Gandharva Veda, the same procedure, Shabdotpatti, is given, I think, in Sangeta Ratnakara third Adhyaya, it is there. So, in Panini Shiksha, in Mimamsa, Shabar Bhashyam, and in Gandharva Veda, that is Sangeta Ratnakara, we come across the same procedure of Shabdotpatti. Now, by pronouncing some Shabdas, there are a number of mistakes are being committed nowadays. For example, if one wants to say Prajna, they cannot pronounce Prajna, they say Pragya, like that. So these things have to be avoided, because here Sanskrit is the only language that is associated with the dharma, roughly philosophy. Other languages, you may use just apashabdas also, or different forms also. Nothing happens. Whereas in Sanskritam, it is clearly stated by Katyayana Maharshi at the beginning of his Vatika Patha in Ashtadhyayi, Siddhe Shabdartha Sambandhe Lokataha Artha Prayukte Shabda Prayoge Shastrena Dharmanima Kriyate Yatha Laukika Vaidikeshu. That is the first Vatikam. So here there are two purposes of using the language. One thing is, language is generally used for transformation of meaning. So, Artham Pratyayayishyami iti Shabdah Prayujyate. Patanjali Mahabhashyam. So, the transformation of meaning from the speaker to the listener is one aspect. Here, in the case of Sanskritam, there is another aspect, that is dharma. If one wants to achieve dharma even through the usage of language, he should employ the Shabdas with prior knowledge of Vyākaraṇam, and he will get dharma. Dharmartha kama moksha. Dharmartha moksha is expected, the last Purushartha. So, two purposes of Sanskrit Bhasha. One is Thavabodhanam or Jayanam, and the second one is dharma. So that is one. So one should be careful by pronouncing the Shabdas. And in the beginning I said Svara is also there. Panini did not make any Adhikara Sutram like Chandasi, which would have meant that Svara is there only in Vedic Shabdas and not Laukika Shabdas. Since he did not make any Adhikara Sutram like Chandasi in his Ashtadhyayi, Svara is common to both Laukika Bhasha and Vedika Bhasha. Laukika Shabdas and Vedika Shabdas. But in Laukika Shabdas, Svara is not taken care of. Whereas in Vedika Shabdas, Svara is taken care of. They are mainly three Swaras, Udatta, Anudatta, and Swarita. Udatta is A, Udatta. If you pronounce in the upper parts of the mouth, it is called Udatta. A. If you pronounce in the lower parts of the mouth, then it is Anudattaha. Nichaihi Anudattaha is the Panini Sutram. Samahara Swaritaha, Panini. The combination of both Udatta and Anudatta is called Swarita. I will give you just one example. Bhadrang Kanne Vishrunuyama Deva, the Ma, etc. What you call Swarita Swara. And before going to the other thing, the pronunciation itself, Panini is particular about the pronunciation of the combination of some letters, especially Ha. Ha, when combined with the fifth letters of Nya, Ma, Nga, Na, Na, For Nga and Nya, we don't have any letters. So either these three, that is Na, and Ma, and also the hakaram panchamain yuktam antasthabhischa sanyutam antastha. Ya, Ra, La, Va are called antastha. So if the hakara is combined with Na, Ma, Ya, Ra, La, Va, then it should be Urasyantam Vijaniyat Kantyam Ahura Sanyutam. Certainly, Ha is produced in Kantha. But if it is combined with any one of these Nanama, Yaralavasha, Yaralava, these 7 letters, then it should be known as Orasyam, Orasibhavam, Orasyam, Shariravayavatya. Okay, so it is to be pronounced, it has to come from Oras, that is the chest. Examples we can say Madhyanha, Sayanha, okay, Brahma. It should not be Brahma like that. That is wrong pronunciation. It would lead to Papa, Asamma, according to Pali. Then Vayha, Jivha, Jihreti, okay, Yubha, Yaralava, Antastha. So, La, for example, Prahlada, Prahlada, it should not be Prahlada like that. So the pronunciation is given maximum importance, one thing. And in this context, Padini gives a very good example, a natural example rather, because no one will be alive forever. Therefore, he has given, he says, just look at a tigress. Observe a tigress, how it carries its cubs with 2 of its very sharp teeth, that is okay. It does not cause any pain while clutching the cub. Okay, and also it is afraid of falling or cutting. If it clutches loosely, there is a big chance of the cub falling down. And if it clutches tightly, then there is every chance of cutting the neck of the cub. Therefore, neither too tightly nor too loosely, the tigress clutches its cubs while carrying from one place to the other. If it is not possible to go to forest and observe all these things, one can just watch a cat, how it carries its cubs. So in this context, Panini clearly says, Vyāghri yatha paret putran Damshtrabhyam natu pīdayet Pīta patana bhedabhyam tadvadvarnam prayojayet. So it is a very good example of how to pronounce the letters. And one more thing is, there are 2 kinds of letters, Ach and Hal. All these things are up to I, they are called Ach. And from Ka to Ha, they are called Hal. In Ach, they will have some guna. What kind of guna? So, Rasva, Dirgha, and Pluta. 3 kinds of Ach will be there. A. Ekamatro bhavedhasvaha, Dvimatro dirgha uchyate, Trimatrastu Pluto jneyah, Vyanjanam Sardhamatrakam. Time is being fixed for the pronunciation of Hrasva, Dirgha, Pluta, and Hal. So, Panini in Vyākaraṇam gives, the verse I have quoted is not from Panini Śikṣā, it is from another Śikṣā. In Ashtadhyayi, Panini gives the beautiful example, again natural example of the time for Hrasva, Dirgha, and Pluta. There he says, Ukalo Jhasvadigha Plutaha. U, take the word letter U. You will hear, see, early morning, kukuroko. So there you will find the time, exact time for Hrasva, Dirgha, and Pluta. U. Rekamatra. Matra is this. U. This is Dirgha. U. Trimatra. That is Pluta. While calling someone, and also in Veda, ha, u, ha, u, ha, u. In Veda also we come across this Pluta Prayoga. Vyanjanam, that is hal, has got half a matra. How to prove? So, in one matra kala, I pronounced the hal twice. That means for each hal, it will take half a matra. Like that, we have to demonstrate and teach the students. This is one guna, hasva dirgha prota, for an ach only. And then there is Sara, we have already touched this aspect. Sara is Udata, Anudata, and Sarita. And this Swara is there in Gandharva Veda also. Nisha, Darshabha, Gandhara, Shadja, Madhyama, Dhaivataha, Panchamascha, Manakosha. Sarigama Patani. These Swaras are there. These Swaras also have emanated from Udata, Anudata, and Sarita. It is clearly mentioned in what you call Paniniya Śikṣā. So, the Varnamala has to be carefully learned, and the pronunciation, preferably, it must be learned through Guru Shishya Parampara, and Guru and Shishya should be physically present while learning, and not to be taken some recording and other means of whatever learning for learning this bhasha. And one more thing is, whatever niyamas or rules or parameters are mentioned in Paniniya Śikṣā, Vyākaraṇam, and so on, these are universal. Please don't forget that Panini did all these things, okay, only for Sanskritam. For Sanskritam only he did. But as Bhavabhuti says in Vatanam Charitam, Lampikanam hi sadhunam samvaganvartate Rishīṇāṃ punarādhyānāṃ vācavarthonudhāvati. Laukikas and Satpurushas, all these people first think about the artha, that is the Vastu arthing, and then employ the Shabda that is connected with the Tha that is there in mind. Whereas in the case of Rishis, and great Rishis like Panini, Patanjali, Jaivini, Srishtimta, and all those people, some Shabda comes out of their mouth. Then the meaning comes running behind the Shabda. See how great it is. They never commit a mistake. Never question. They never forget. They never are not confused at all. So under Vriddhiradaichi first Sutram, Patanjali says, Yatha loke tatha shastre. What do you think of this? This is just shastram. Here it is not like in Loka. People go on talking this thing, that thing. Some words may be meaningful, some words may be unmeaningful or meaningless, like that. In Shastram, ekena pivarnena, anarthakena, ashakyam, anarthakena bhavitum. A single letter, even, should not go in waste. That is the standard that is being maintained in Shastram. So, for Panini, who could see 1130 branches of Veda through Yoga Pratyaksham? If anybody wants to argue against Yoga Pratyaksham, let them do a matching work to Ashtadhyayi or Yagana Shastram or Sushyata Samhita, and so on and so forth. No, it is not possible. So, till now, we have seen how the Varnamala, it's the pronunciation, it's the Swara, and these things. And some more Visheshas are there, significant things are there. Among them, if you take Veda Purusha, this Veda personified, Veda is a Purusha, let us take. Then here the Paniniya Śikṣā clearly says, it describes actually as to which Vedāṅga represents which limb of Veda Purusha. Chandas Padau Vedasya. The Chandas Shastra is considered as the 2 feet of Veda. Hastau Kalpotha Pachyate. Kalpa Shastra is there. Kalpyate. Veda Mantranam Prayogaha Atra Anenava iti Kalpaha. See, in Veda, mantras are there. Then what is the procedure to be followed? What is the Prayoga? What should one do, Kriya, while reciting the Vedas? That is mentioned in Kalpa Shastra. Okay, that Kalpa Shastra is considered, it has got 4 wings, Shrota Sotram. Grihya Sutram, Dharma Sutram or Dharma Shastram and the Shulba Sutram. Okay, but Kalpa Shastram, this Vedāṅga, is considered as the two hands of Veda Purusha. Kalpo, Hastau Kalpo Sapachyate, Jyotiṣām Ayanam Jakshuhu, Jyotiṣām Ayanam Gamanam, that is Jyotiṣ-shastram. Jyotihi can be Nakshatram or Jyotihi can be what you call Graha, Ravi, Chandra, etc. In where area? In Upanishads, Jyotihi means Parabrahma. Let's not go into these things. So the Jyotish-shastram is considered as the two eyes of Veda Purusha. Jyotiṣāmayanam Chakshuhu. Okay. And Niruktam Shratram Uchyate. While Vyākaraṇa discusses Shabda and its form, Sarupa, Sati Shabda, Asati Shabda, and all that. Okay. Rather, use and abuse of language. Niruktam Nisheshana Uchyate Arthaha Aneneti Niruktam. It deals with Artha. There are two things. Actually, three. Two things mainly. One is Shabda, the other is Artha. Shabda is taken care of by Vyākaraṇam, whereas Artha is taken care of by Niruktam. This Niruktam is considered as the two ears of Veda Purusha. That is what is said. I said three things actually: Shabda, Artha, and Jnanam. There are three things. Gauhu iti Shabdaha, Gauhu iti Artha, Gaur iti Jnanam. So this is discussed in 3rd Adhyaya, 17th Sutra of Yoganushāsanam, because the question was how Hanuman was in a position to speak to human beings as well as monkeys and all that. How does he know all these languages? That is Sanyama he had got. Through Sanyama, he could separate the amalgam of Shabda, Artha, and Jnana. Shabda is Artha, Artha is Jnana, Jnana is Shabda. Because the same thing, Gauhu only is considered as a Shabda, Artha, and Jnana. Let us not go into details of those things now. Okay, so Niruktam Shratram Uchyate, Śikṣā Ghranam tu Vedasya. Then what about Śikṣā? Śikṣā is the nose of Veda Purusha, Nasika. And here one thing we have to discuss when we say about Nasika. In English, there is a word nasal. Ya, ma, nga, na, na. These are called Anunasika. Mukhanasika, Vachano Anunasika, ha. In the first adhyayam, Panini defines an Anunasika Varna, that is Mukhanasika, which Mukha means here, mouth. If you pronounce the letters with the mouth as well as Nasika combined, then it is an Anunasika. Ya, ma, nga, na, na, like that. Whereas if you take the term nasal, it does not give the complete sense. There is some problem, isn't it? So here, Śikṣā, Shikṣyate Anaya, Shikṣyate Varna Swaradikam Anaya iti Śikṣā, Ang Pratyaya, Guruschahala. So, Śikṣā is considered as the nose of Veda Purusha. Well, what about Vyākaraṇam? Mukham Vyākaraṇam Smrutam. Mukham, mouth, is considered, rather Vyākaraṇam is considered as the mouth of Veda Purusha. So Patanjali also says this is Mukhyam. That means in the first Mukhe Bhavam. So this is Mukhyam important. So whatever effort you put in, Vyākaraṇam will be very much fruitful. Because even Dhanyaloka says, Vyākaraṇam Molatvat Sarva Vidyanam. Without Vyākaraṇa, no Vidya can be achieved, can be studied. So Mukham Vyākaraṇam Spuram Smat Sangamati Chaiva Brahmanoke Mahiyate Mahapujayam. The person who learned Veda along with Vedāṅga-s, okay, only can get moksha. Then Brahmaloka, he will get puja. That means he is respected in Brahmaloka. In other words, the very first of, finally, study of Ashtadisha Vidyasthanams is nothing but the last Purushartha, that is moksha. Moksha is relief from all bindings. And that is described here. Okay. And some people pronounce it differently. They are summarized by Panini in his Śikṣā. How they are pronounced. Giti, Giti, Vidhi, Shirah, Kampi, Tatha, Likhita, Patakaha. Anarthagnyopakanthasya shadete pathakadhamaah. Some people pronounce Giti, Vedha. They're just like a song. He reads. Shighri, very fast. I am going to touch this aspect, how to speak immediately from Naradiya Shiksha. So Shighri, very quickly one speaks. Okay, that is also not good. Sharakampi, while speaking or reading, one moves his head. That is also a vice, a dosha, not guna. Okay, Sharakampi, Tatha Likhita Pathakaha. We came across many people who just go through, look at the book and read. Means you should not read from the book, but you are supposed to produce everything from your mind. Okay, Medha Shakti. You should have in the mind, whether it is Shabdamanjari or Amarkosha or Vyākaraṇam or Veda, whatever it is. So, Likhita Pathakaha, Anarthajnaha, the one who says something, reads something but doesn't know the meaning. This is discussed in Niruktam also. Okay, so Anarthajnaha, Alpakanthasya, some people, as if they are murmuring, very slowly they speak or they read. That is also not good. So these 6 kinds of Pathakas are called Pathakadhamaha, bad readers or bad speakers, whatever. So then, what are the virtues, gunas of a person while speaking or reading? Then he says, Madhuryam, sweetness, Akshara Vyaktihi. The letters are clearly known. Madhuryam Akshara Vyaktihi, Padachhedastu Suswaraha. Padachhedastu Suswaraha, Dhairyan Laya Samanvita, Dhairyan Laya Samarthanja, Shadete Pathaka Gunaha. Then, first Madhuryam, sweetness. Then Akshara Vyaktihi, clarity, clear pronunciation of the letters. Padachhedastu, when you are reading a vakyam, then the words should be split carefully. Suswaraha, if possible, add intonation sometimes. Okay, good swara. And then dhairyam. See, when you are reading or saying something, you should feel, the valor or whatever it is. Dhairyam, laya. Dhairyan, laya samarthancha. Laya is ups and downs. When you are reading or just producing some text, don't go in the same fashion. Just the laya should be there. Laya samyam is amarkosha. Samyam should be there. Laya samartharete, pathaka gunaha. These 6 are considered as the gunas or virtues of a pathaka, a person who is reading. Now, about speech, I said I would just explain how to speak. In Naradiya Shiksha, 2 aspects I am going to touch. One is how to speak, and the other is dhumapana, smoking. Okay, so now, when one is speaking, there are 3 vrittis. Those people who know Sangeetam also know these things. Dhrupti, Madhyama vritti or Madhya vritti and Vilambita vritti. 3 vrittis are there. Among the vrittis, where and how to use the vritti. The Dhrutavritti means 9 drops flow out of Sushumna Nadi very fast. That is called Dhrutavritti. If 12 drops flow out of Sushumna Nadi, it is called Madhyama vritti. And if 16 drops flow out of Sushumna Nadi, it is called Vilambita vritti. Atmarthe cha Dhrutavritti. It is clearly stated. When you are reciting for your own, just like, for example, say Veda. Bhadranganya Vishnuyama Devaha Bhadram Vashyemakshaviryajatraha Sthirairangaiye Sushtuvargam Sastanohe. You go in Dhrutavritti. Atmarthe to Dhrutavritti. Prayogarthe to Madhyama. When you are speaking to some people, then you should employ Madhyama vritti. Okay. And Shishyanam Upadeshartham Vrittirishta Vilambita. When you are teaching to your students, then you must employ Vilambita Vritti. You should not go too fast. For example, let us take a poem from Bhagavatam Telugu. Gajendra Moksha is the story, and Vishnu was running to save Gajendra. Lakshmi he did not say anything, he did not tell anything, nor did he leave the Lakshmi's whatever dupata. And Lakshmi was running behind him. She wants to know as to where he was proceeding so fast. No, just withdraws. No, he may not answer my question like that. But again, she tries. So 1 foot forward, 2 feet backward like that. Adigedana ni kadubadije nu adiginata nu magoda nuduvada ni nadayudugun veda veda sidimuti tadavada adugidu nadu vedadu gedi man adigudu nadalan. If you go in Dratavritti, full speed. Okay. Let us are clear to those who are familiar with this thing. Then this same poem one can go with Madhyama Vritti. Adigedana ni kadubadije nu adiginata tanu magoda nuduvada ni nadayudugun veda veda sidimuti tadavada adugidun adugedadu gedi man adugidu nadalan. Vilambita Vritti. Adigedana ni kadubadije nu adigina tanu magoda nuduvada ni nadayudugun veda veda sidimuti tadavada adugidun adugedadu gedi man adugidu nadalan. Slowly. This is it. The next thing is I have to leave some time for some questions. There may be I'm going to field some questions. Okay, there it is Dhomapanam is very important. Bharatiya Shiksha, okay, mentions the names of trees. The trees dried ones have to be, one, the smoke is to be taken by the people. Then what happens? The Uta will get Madhuriyam and the other gunas that are required for Sangeetam. And also this will have some medicinal purposes also. If people take these trees, dry them up, and then burn and take the smoke, they may get rid of these cancer. Okay, nowadays people are suffering from thyroid, etc. It is most likely that this kind of this Dhomapanam is useful in getting rid of such kind of diseases, especially related to throat. With that, I think I have given most of this material that is required. Now, may I request people for questions?
Thank you so much, Professor. As always, another illuminating talk. So much to learn and also so much to be careful about when communicating. Thank you. There are, if you're able to access the Q&A box, are you able to see it?
Yes, four questions. Should I open it?
Yeah. Yes. Maybe you could the one at the end, because that looks specifically like a question. The last two messages seem to be questions specifically. But I'll leave it to you, whatever you want to respond to.
Yes, Krishna Chaitanya, all are from by a single person. Okay, this is a very interesting learning that swaras are equally applicable to Laukika Shabda and Paniniya thought, not in use. Was there such a usage of swara with Laukika Shabdas in the past? It is very difficult to answer. I don't think it was there. We don't have any recorded, this thing to say that earlier people were employing swara in day-to-day speech also. It is difficult to say, but it may not be there as far as I understand. Next question, I was understanding that this specific yava, ra, and not with la and va. In such a case, even this is applicable to prahita, and jivaha, I was of the opinion that this is some kind of Maharashtrian influence, which one, on what should one? No. See, question is here. Question is Hakara with Jaralava. Of course, Nanama also. If pronounced, the combination is taken, then Jihreti, Hara, Hri is the dhatu. Jirheti, it will come, isn't it? And so anyway, in the others, Avhana, it should be, not Ahvana. And there is no influence of any regional language or vernacular or something like that. This is the original Panini Shiksha we have inherited. I mean, since long ago it has been there, since time immemorial, as already quoted by Vyākaraṇa from Mandukya Shiksha has been there since time immemorial. So these Siddhantas do not have any kind of influence of any other language. On what should one Hanuma attend Sanyama to attend in knowledge of Shabda, Artha and Jnana? Does a Sutra Patanjali details this Sutra? Certainly. I will give you that Sutram. Shabdartha Pratyayanam Vitaretara Sankara Pravibhaga Sanyamat Sarva Bhuta Rata Jnana. This is the 17th Sutra in 3rd Adhyaya of Yoganishasana. You see, Trayam Ekatra Sanyamaha. That is Yoga Sutram. Trayam means which Trayam? Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhayaha, Ashwagandhani. Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, these three are called Sanyama. Okay. Now, Patanjali says, if one has got Sanyama, then he will be in a position to separate Shabda, Tha and Jnana, which are there in the form of an amalgam, because Gauriti Shabdaha, Gauriti Arthaha, Gauriti Jnana. So the same form they have. So they are in the form of an amalgam. What is that? Shabda eva Arthaha. Shabda only is Artha. Artha eva Jnanam. Jnanam eva Shabdaha. There is no difference. So, but one should be in a position, one will be in a position to separate these things if only if he is a Sanjami, okay. But then, what is the very purpose? He will understand the languages of all birds and animals. Sarva Bhota Rata Jnanam. Sarva Bhota, all beings, all pranis. Rata, Rushabde. Rata means the very Shabda. Actually, it has got meaning. The birds and the animals have got their own language, their languages. They are meaningful. Cannot deny. Hanuman, because he was a Sanjami, he was in a position to speak to Sri Rama, Sita, Jambavanta, and all other monkeys, etc. also. That's it. In Lakshana Shastra, Jati has been employed to Aksharas. Can you share some light on it? You see, as I have already said, the Siddhantas or whatever parameters are there in Panini applicable to other languages also. And here, Jati and Vyakti, two things are very important. If you take a cow, it has got 5 meanings. Cow means do not kill a cow. A cow means all cows. But the Jati you take into consideration. Okay, you fetch a cow. It is a cow means a single cow. So that is Jati, it is Vyakti. One thing. Second thing is you are asking specifically about Akshara. Let me give you one beautiful example, easily understandable. Panini performed tapas for Ishvara and he sounded Ramarka for 14 times and he got the Shiva Sutras, all of us know. Etc. Panini says he says but what about other Dirgha, Prata, etc.? Actually, they are 18. How are they 18? Asra, Dirgha, Prata. Okay. Each one again, Udata, Anudata, Svarita. 3 into 3, 9. Then Anunasika, 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 So 2 into 9, 18. So in this Shiva Sutram stands for 18 akaras through Jati. Okay, when you take any example, for example, Deva Alayaha, there you take the end in Deva, and combined with the first letter A, it becomes. So here you take the Vyakti. And the other thing, otherwise you can take Panini, Patanjali quotes Panini Sutras, Jatyakhayam Ekasmin Bahochanam Anyadarashyam for Jati, and Sarupanam Ekashesha Ekavibhakto for Vyakti. Because when you say Shabda, Vriksha, Vriksha, Vrikshaha, there it is Vyakti. If you say simply Jati, there will be only one Vriksha. Okay, take an example. I have already given you that example. Do not kill a cow. Take man is mortal. Man is mortal means men are mortal. But single number is employed because it is a jati. But the meaning is for jati, all the vyaktis. Okay, jati and vyakti are inseparable, nantarijaka. Therefore, wherever depending on context, you have to take either jati as main and vyakti as subordinate, or vyakti as the pradhana and jati as guna, depending on the context. I think it is clear. This is Sanyama to be attained on Shabdas, Artha and Tatyas to achieve the result of Sarvahotra Tajnana. Yes, that is to be achieved through Yoga Abhyasa. Yoga Nirodha, starting from there, especially the last three, very important. Anything more? So I am very much thankful to INDICA Academy for giving me a chance, as well as my Mitram, Megha Kalyana Sundaram, Vanyosmi.
Our privilege, Professor. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable experience and expertise. Professor Korada Subrahmanyam's blog is mentioned below on the screen, koradium.blogspot.com, for people who would like to explore that further.